All right, welcome to another one from the Outdoor Analyst. Now today I've got something awesome. This was a knife that I picked up to replace my favorite hunting knife of old. So I am really excited to talk about it. But before we dive in, hey, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button down below. I'm a small channel, always trying to grow. I would really appreciate that. Then hit the like, help a brother out essentially. Leave some comments down as well what your thoughts are on this beautiful beastie, and then also some of your thoughts on other hunting knives as well. I would really appreciate that. The more knowledge we get together, I just love it, especially when it comes to hunting. There's so many really talented people out there, and I know a lot of my subscribers are huge hunters, so love it. The more info, the better. Today, we are talking about the Lishen Dakota, and this knife is absolutely fantastic. I picked this up essentially to replace one of my main hunting knives. And what this is about 8.8 inches long, 3.9 on the blade. This is AEBL, and it is 0.125 thick on the spine, and it gets down to a wild, thin, hair-popping edge. And it is super good. It has kind of a Coke bottle-y shape, but really incredible contours and an awesome drop point. Very awesome swoop, nay, boomerang-ish sort of feel to it, but holy cow. Now, I have large to XL size hands, and when you put this knife in hand, it feels immaculate in a hammer grip. I mean, this is like a hunting knife, but it turns into a bushcrafting phenomenon, which is awesome. Now, when you want to do field dressing, absolutely, you choke up. The guard is so chamfered right there. Super chamfered. It feels incredible, locks you in, and then if you need the handshake grip, it just feels awesome. The ergos on this knife are incredible for field dressing. Also, for regular just belt knife utility and bushcraft work. Like, this knife rocks for all of it, which is really what I wanted this to do. Now, what knife did it kind of end up sort of replacing? The Bark River Gunny Hunter. This one's in CPM 154. It's still a great knife. I've zipped up tons of deer with this knife. I love this one. It is very similar on the blade, full height convex. This is a full height, it's a V edge technically. And I like V edges a little more than convexes when it comes down to actually doing animals. They just process a little bit better. Don't know how it works that way, but it does. Now, this handle is much bigger on the Lishen, which I really like. It allows you to have more grips, more comfortable grips, and then it also kind of moves this from just being pure hunting to my mind, more absolutely belt utility bushcraft knife. And that's kind of what I want, because sometimes you're at a deer camp and you just have one knife to do everything essentially. Not always, you know me, I'm always bringing tons of them, but sometimes you have to go lightweight. It is a thing, it's doable, and this knife is an absolute do-all. Now, I have redone this video twice. One, because I did the first one before I had a Bambi, and I was like, no, that's not gonna fly. And then I picked up the EDC version of this for a comparison, so I filmed this video again before I had that. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to do this right, because it's such a beautiful hunting knife, such a beautiful knife to me, that I have used for lots of bushcraft, lots of small game. So I've zipped up a lot of squirrels, taken out a lot of squirrel paws, no issues, no chipping. I've made a lot of fires with this knife. It just has such an incredibly thin edge. It's a laser beam. It's an absolute laser beam all around that is incredibly comfortable. And then, luckily, this year I got to do Bambi with it. So I wanted to wait until I actually had done that before I did this review, because, yes, this knife actually acted exactly the way I thought it would. It was a lightsaber, like an absolute lightsaber for Bambi, just zipping up everything incredibly fast. And then it actually held a pretty darn good edge. I think I could have got 2 Bambis out of this. I stropped it up for literally like 5 strops afterwards on each side. And this thing is back to ridiculous hair, sticky, popping, sharp, which is why I like AEBL. So easy to deal with. It is awesome. So performance-wise, this knife is immaculate. It has a good choil on there as well. It's just really good. Let's do some comparisons out there. And first, we'll start with the EDC version. Let's pull this out of the pocket, actually. I'm carrying this one. This is the Lishen Knives Dakota EDC. So this is the pocket-friendly version. Very, very awesome little knife. But as you can see, much smaller, scaled-down version. It is just large enough for my large to XL size hands, but it is definitely a much smaller knife. So if you're also looking at these in comparison, these are drastically different knives. Same look, same feel, very different on the size. Truly an EDC, an awesome pocket knife, super small belt knife, regular belt knife, very, very good on that side. So that's how that one fits. I also wanted to put out some other hunting knives that I use to get deers this year. The Knives by Nuge Bruin, great hunting knife as well. This is in CPM 154. It's a little thinner on the handle, about the same similar size on the blade, maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah, pretty similar on the blade size. Definitely thinner on the handle, so this is more bushcrafty. This one feels just absolutely immaculate in hand for field dressing as well. These are great knives, but size comparison, 3/32, thinner on the blade, although I do think the Lishen does get down to a thinner edge, so just a heads up there, it really does get down there. But I didn't have any chipping or rolling issues. And then this is the Reef Range Wolf, another knife I did with Bambi as well. Size-wise, definitely a much smaller knife, more of that backpacking sort of style, but an excellent knife as well. A little bit shorter on the blade, 3 inches versus 4. Definitely awesome, but definitely different. This is more of all-around belt utility. Truly, this is kind of just pure hunting EDC in my mind. So that's kind of some comparisons on there, just so you have an idea of what this knife is for, what it can do. And it is just an absolute beauty. I love that thing, no doubt. Very darn cool, very good looking. And if you're interested in kind of a do-all hunting knife, yeah, give the Dakota a shot. Now, Lishen Knives, you can find him on DLT Trading, Knife Ship Free, and then I think the Whatsit app or Whatnot app, whatever that app is. There's a few companies that sell on there as well that have his knives. So there's quite a few places to pick them up. He does pretty good size runs when he does them for DLT and Knife Ship Free. Custom knife making, and some of the best fit and finish. Seriously, the fit and finish on this knife is out of this world. Out of this world good. Thin edge, perfect all the way around. Incredible chamfering up here. Micarta is just excellent. Can't really find a flaw anywhere with it at all. And that's the average Lishen knives that you get. Like, that's what you get when you pick up a Lishen. The QC that he does is wild good. I'm also excited he's kind of ramping up a little bit this year. He had some cool things happen with the business. It's getting bigger. He's able to spend more time on the knives versus, the business side, which I think is really cool. It's good for all of us having more of these out there, and super excited for it. Super excited for him. So if you haven't checked him out, really good knife maker. I pretty much put my full backing behind his stuff because I have never seen a bad piece come from him. It's just a wonderful thing. So let me know what you think down below. What are your kind of favorite hunting knives that are out there? This is definitely sticking around. This is at the top of my list. That's for darn sure. And yeah, I love it. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say down below. Otherwise, hey, have a fantastic hunting season. I'll catch you on the next one.